All right, number 7, a problem question. Okay, most people get confused when they see these words: 2/3, 3 less. Let's read the question. Okay, you would have tried it out. 2/3 of a number is 3 less than 5/6 of the same number. Calculate the number. Okay, so now let's make this simple, because it is simple. Now you just need to understand how to write down what is 1/3. How do you write down 1/3? How do you write down 1/6? How do you write down 4/5? Right, so you look at the word 1, so you know there's the number 1 here. You look at third comes from the word 3, so that's 1, that's a 3. When you say 1/3, it means 1 divided by 3. So let's write that down. So the word that you see first will be the numerator, and the word that you see second will be the denominator. That is 1/3. Okay, so here what do you have? 1 again, 1/6. That means 1 divided by 6. Next one, we got 4/5, so that's a 4, that's a 5, so that'll be 4 divided by 5. Right, so that's clear. You got 1/3, 1/3, 1/6, 1/6, 4/5, 4/5. All right, now we got that part sorted out. Now, when we talk about 2/3 of a number is 3 less than 5/6 of the same number, we're going to deal with that. But let's start with something simple first. All right, so here, a number, let's start with a basic one. A number is 2 less than 20. I'm sure in your mind already you got the answer there. What is that number? Simple. A number is 2 less than 20. Obviously, that number has to be 18, because 18 is 2 less than 20. Okay, so you know the number is 18. Then, example number 2. A number is 3 more than 25. What is that number? So a number is 3 greater than 25. So obviously that number will be 28. Now, that's mental maths. You're working it out without using any variables. But now, here, we need to understand, how do we take this, assign a variable, form an equation. Okay, so now a number. Let's say we do not know that number. Okay, let's call that number x. So if I want to form an equation using calling a number x, it's an unknown. So what do we do? How do we write that out? So we know that x that you are looking for, you know the answer, is equal to 20 minus 2. So x is equal to 20 minus 2, which is 18. Obviously, I'm going to start with stating let the number be called x. All right. So simple. X is equal to 20 minus 2, which is 18. Let's take this one also. A number is 3 more than 25, so let's call that number x. So this number is going to equal to 25 plus 3, which is 28. Okay. Now, let's get back here. So if I ask you what is 1/3 of a number, okay, let's take a simple thing that you can work out in your mind. If I ask you what is half of 50, how will you write that down? What is half of 50? Straight away you know what the answer is. Half of 50 is 25. But how do you represent it mathematically? You write it down, half of 50. So the of means actually multiply. Okay, so half of 50, so that will equal to 50 divided by 2, which is 25. So now if I say 1/3 of a number, okay, so if I say 1/3 of 20, that means 1/3 times 20. But if I do not know the number, I'm going to call it x. So 1/3 of a number will be 1/3 times x. 1/6 of a number will be 1/6 times x. 4/5 of a number will be 4/5 times x. Okay, So remember, I'm writing one term, describing 1/3 of a number there. Alright, so now let's see what we're going to do here. Let's assign a variable. We do not know what the number is. Let the number be x. Okay, let the number be x. So that is the number that we are looking for. Alright, so now 2/3 of a number. Okay, so to refer to this, we're dealing with the word less here also. 2/3 of a number. So I'm going to go 2/3 of that number is. So when you say is, you're going to put equals to now. 3 less than 5/6 of the same number. So what did we do there when we said a number is 2 less? We subtracted 2. So here 3 less, we're going to subtract 3. Okay, but it's 3 less than 5/6 of the same number. So we're taking 5/6 or 5/6 of the same number, and then you are subtracting 3. So it's 3 less than 5/6 of the same number. Alright, so now this is our equation. Let's work it out. So now we got fractions here, you can see that. So I got 2/3x minus 5/6x is equal to minus 3. Okay, I'm getting all my x's, my unknowns on one side. So I'm going to find an LCD here. Clearly 6 is 2 times 3. So my LCD will be 6. Right, so 3 needs to be multiplied by 2. So 3 times 2 will give me 6. You know, whatever I do in the denominator, I must do to the numerator. So now what do I have here? I have 2 times 2, which is 4/6x minus 5/6x is equal to minus 3. My denominator is common, so I can write it down once only. There's my denominator once only there. And then I got 4x minus 5x is equal to minus 3. So now 4x minus 5x, 4 minus 5x, 4x minus 5x, that's minus 1x/6 is equal to minus 3. So now I just want x. This is a linear equation also. Minus x/6 is equal to minus 3. I do not want this minus 1/6. Remember, this is a 1 in front there. So if I do not want the minus 1/6, I will multiply by minus 6/1. If I do not want minus 1/6, if I want it to cancel, in other words, I'll multiply by, all I do is swap numerator and denominator. So now 6 and 6 cancel. Negative times negative will give me a positive. And whatever I do on the left hand side of the equation, I have to do on the right hand side of the equation. So I will have to multiply by minus 6/1. So now we got x is equal to, negative times negative is positive, 3 times 6 is 18. So the number that we are looking for is 18. Alright, so x is equal to 18. But let's check if it works. So what are we saying? 2/3 of a number. Alright, so let's check this here. 2/3 of a number. So we're going 2/3 of 18. What is 2/3 of 18? So 18 divided by 3 is 6 times 2 is 12. Okay, in other words, or you can do it this way, 2 times 18 is 36 divided by 3 is 12. Any way you do it, you're getting 12. That's 2/3 of a number. Now 5/6 of the same number. Let's work out 5/6 of the same number. So we're going 5/6 times 18. Okay, 5/6 of the same number. So here 18 divided by 6 is 3 times 5 is 15. So now Let's say 2/3 of a number is 12. Is 3 less? Yes, you can see 12 is 3 less than 5/6 of the same number. You get 15. So 12 is 3 less than 15. You know it works out perfectly. So that's how we deal with this problem. So you should be able to deal with the other one in the exercise. The whole idea is, in the beginning, understand how to assign your variable, and if you're having difficulty, always write down a simple example which you can work out mentally, like this one. This one can be worked out by a primary school student. Okay, so then what you do is you apply your knowledge to these ones here.